Reporting with the great Andrew Mercado. Do you feel like you're a great digital journalist?
No, I don't at all. I just try to do the best I can, you know, in the moment that I can. But I've been blessed with viewers. I had nothing before any of this, so I take every day, you know, as best I can.
How old are you?
27.
Describe how you started.
Describe like in journalism.
Yeah. No, for those who didn't catch this earlier, check out how they school us up, man, on how this began, almost as an accident.
Yeah, almost as an accident. Yeah. So again, we'll go back to the story I told. It's in the other live. But yeah, I was watching just the news. They were showing minor clips and whatnot in the afternoon hours. But I was playing video games with my friends. I was playing Call of Duty Warzone in school, full time, taking 13 credits. And because of the coronavirus, we couldn't go to school. All classes became online classes. Teachers had to switch over. So my motivation for anything was already kind of tapering off because all I had to do was wake up, walk 2 feet, sit on the computer, do a homework assignment, and then play video games. Most of my day was getting up and going to school, and I loved school. I really did. I loved it. I had seen George Floyd's death. I couldn't make it through the entire video. It bothered me, and I just I wanted to go down there and see it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of watching it on the news again, because at that time we had watched coronavirus briefings on the news every afternoon, and so I was tired of the news at that point. I wanted to go see it.
Right.
So my friend told me to go down there and live stream it. But I've never live streamed before. I didn't know how to do it. You had to show me where the live button was on Facebook. I never did it. So I was down at 38th Street in Chicago for about 25 minutes there. There was demonstrations. There was protests. Chalk in the street. It was nothing different than what we see in the peaceful protesting now. And it's just demonstrations.
Right.
And so I was like, okay, I think it was ending. People were starting to leave 38th Street in Chicago, and I was heading home. And so the gentleman asked me for a lighter, and I gave him a lighter, and he said he was heading to the 3rd Precinct. And so I said, well, now I have to head to the 3rd Precinct, and because I originally wasn't. So I parked the car and walked out, and there were hundreds and hundreds of people in the street in that intersection, Minnehaha Avenue and Lake Street, and the 3rd Precinct's on the corner. And there's the riot cops are on the roof. There's helicopters in the air. There's just there's flashbangs going off, and I had never seen anything like it. I think that at the time I didn't see any news, and I was looking around, and I'm looking at everything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what's going on down here, who's down here right now. Because I've always heard throughout the years people get busted and et cetera. And I just wanted to see what was going on. And I had my phone with me. So I was like, okay, I got the riot cops on the roof. Okay, there's protesters down here. Those people are. I was like, okay, well, where's the news? I don't see the news down here. You would think the news would be set up they were not there.
Right.
So it just kind of became an obligation for my family and friends because I live in Minnesota. So I wanted my family and friends to see what was happening down there because the news wasn't there. And they were telling me as the days would go on through the couple weeks, more people started tuning in because they couldn't see what had happened the previous nights because the news was only showing 11-second B-reel footage,
right?
Of some sky helicopter reporting, and so they couldn't see down. There's other live streamers too that I had found. I had started sharing, but they were inside of the precinct showing what was happening. This was the most visceral way you can see what was happening. And
right.
It opened my eyes to the reality of it.
Well, do you have the sense when you're actually on the streets that that's what it is doing for people, that they get to see it in a very real way as opposed to what may be perceived to be a kind of a loaded narrative of some sort?
Well, I try. I don't. The thing is, though, it's hard to have a narrative when you're live streaming.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. And I've learned over time. At the beginning, I used to speak. I used to kind of narrate, and I've learned not to put my own opinions over a live stream because I don't have to. The live stream speaks for itself,
Right.
Because you know what I mean. It's live. Whatever happens in the screen, you're going to see it in real time.
But wait a minute.
You know, it's not me seeing it and then telling you about it later without you seeing it for yourself.
But wait a minute. Andrew Mercado is on some side. We know he is. Whose side is he on?
I'm on the side of free speech. I'm on the side of a better press, of a stronger media, and holding people accountable in leadership positions in the media, in any group and organization. Because I've met many organizations and groups out here in the last 120 days, and I'm all about just stronger leadership within groups. And
do you have a sense that you're part of the new media, the new alternative media, you and the Avengers?
It's true. Yeah, it's just independent media for the people, by the people, because we were all regular citizens. Like most of us didn't do anything with media or reporting or any of this before that. There's some that are in the music industry, some that's a DJ, some worked in the business sector. I'm a veteran. I'm military. We didn't do anything with reporting. Most of us don't have any journalist classes taken. So we're really learning boots on the ground while we're out there reporting what's happening.
Yes, sir. Do you have a feeling that there are implications to your reporting, to your live stream, the implications to seeing sometimes angry, sometimes violent protest in some cases, that you're changing American sentiment as you go?
It's a live stream, so it's not. I'm not going. I've been to many events throughout the summer. You know, I go to Trump events, I go to Proud Boy events, I go to Black Lives Matter events. I showed storm damage in Iowa. Like, I really want to make this live stream a bigger media, but our foundation is within this movement
right
at the time. So when I'm out there, I genuinely don't have a card in it. I want, I want the movement to succeed because this is where I started. In my personal opinion, I believe there's a lot of racial injustice in this country, and it started with the fuse when George Floyd was murdered was what caused all of this anger, and so I can empathize with that. It's not my place to stop it,
right?
But I can say that while still showing people what's happening, and I can. If there's a situation in which I can help somebody if they're hurt, or if there's I will help with that. But I'm not going to get in the way of people. I'm there to show what's happening, and if somebody does need help, like a medical help, then I can assist with that.
Which arguably is what journalism was all about. The truest form of journalism was just to tell a story, which is what your pictures really actually do. Have you ever been in a situation where you just wanted to stop rolling? You didn't know which direction to go. Does the Porta-John incident raise any thoughts?
Yeah, there's just been times where it's just gone like you see so much chaos, and there's just funny moments within it because it's life, and I know at the time people were thinking I was making fun of it. It was just a funny situation, but I can't help it. It happened.
It is what it is.
So, it wasn't a scripted thing. It's the beauty of live streams is nothing is scripted. So if you see an event from real life happen that's comical or crazy, you feel you as a viewer get to feel those emotions because you're watching it happen.
How is it possible to never take a side? Isn't there a time when you have a camera and you turn a camera in a direction that's going to say a certain story? Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. I don't generally have fear of that. Because I feel like everyone, or most at this time, at 125 days in with the reporting we do, we give respect to everybody, whoever space we're in. that we're reporting on, I try to give them respect, no
Yeah.
matter who it is.
Yeah.
It's their job to tell the story, not me. Well, it's me to provide, to have a platform for them to tell the story, and then that's all I have to do. I don't have to edit the videos. I don't have to do anything. I post them as soon as they're done, and then we're on to the next side.
How many cities have you reported from now? How many American cities?
Let's see, Minneapolis, Tulsa, Houston, Portland, San Diego, DC,
Wow.
Kenosha, Wisconsin. So a few.
Yeah, a few. Yeah, you tell the story.
Cedar Rapids.
You tell the story all over the country. And
try.
when you get to these places and you see what's going on there, do you ever think there will come a day when this won't be happening? I may have to evolve as a journalist.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. That was with my first trip to the storm damage in Iowa, and I was able to show the live streams of what had happened there, and I was brought to a farmer. His daughter had been watching the live streams, and she had brought me to his farm, and I was able to show everyone the damage and how the federal government wasn't providing assistance to family-owned farms, rather than they were providing assistance to corporate farms. So, I was able to see things like that. And had I not experienced Kenosha and needed like a bit of a break after that, I would have went to the wildfires and live streams and brought my live streams to assist there. It'd still be respectful to the organizations that are there, but try to ask them ways how I can incorporate my live stream news to help, the aid relief or anything, even if it's my audience seeing a place where they can donate to on the live stream, or they can just see the reality of it, because oftentimes we don't get that from the news.
Right. Articulate what happened in the Twitter incident, we'll call it. It seemed as for a time there, some people were tracking you.
Yeah, so it's just a bunch of immaturity, teenage, or not even teenage, but just like high school style drama, caused to just throw us off of what we're doing. And I engaged with it, and then I prayed about it and talked to my friends, and it's just smarter just to not. Is it such a small? When you looked at like how much engagement that they have with that, the only power that they get is when we feed into it. That's the only time that they will ever get more power than before, because they didn't have any before, but now they're getting our attention. So I just decided today. I raised awareness because other streamers are having issues, and I'll be there for other streamers if they have it. But on me and my end, I blocked all of it, and there's no point. It's just unnecessary negativity that we don't need. We know what we're doing. We have so much support from around the world, and it's just unnecessary to even deal with.
Yeah, having been boots on the ground in many of these cities and for months now, what do you is it easy for you to see a difference between what we think of in the general framework as an Antifa as opposed to a BLM, as opposed to just a kid?
It's very hard to tell who's there for what reasons. You just have to try to do the best you can, and just report as accurate as you can with it's live, so even if you mess up on something and something else happens, it fixes itself because it's live, and then you can tell your audience, hey, I'm sorry I messed up, this is what's really going on, because I had misworded it and I didn't get to see it happen until it happens right now.
Gotcha.
But every organization that I've noticed out here has a fringe group within it. Doesn't matter who it is, and it's whether or not we can focus the narrative on that fringe group and make that be the entirety of the group.
Right. By fringe, you mean more extremist.
Yes, or we can understand and have the self-awareness, as a reporter, to know that it is just a fringe group, and we can call out that fringe group while still saying at the same time it's not the entire the picture of what the group's trying to do. There's been bad actors in every group that I've encountered.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. Who is behind some of the protests? Is it more organized than we would maybe hear that it's laid out?
Actually, no. The thing is, though, most of the summer I've noticed, again, I spent most of my time here at home in Minnesota because it's very expensive to travel.
Yeah.
But I've gone to other cities to report events that are put on by organizers. I don't know. I can't speak on that. But here in Minneapolis, it is the community putting on the marches and the events. The Facebook events is really easy now, and then especially with COVID, everyone's plugged into the internet. So a community member will, put on an event for a march, and people will go down there. And from what I can honestly see, it is people from the community leading these marches down in Minneapolis, at least. I can't speak on every city, but the ones in Minneapolis are community led.
Hey, we won't lie. We're big fans over here at 1813, and we love what you're doing and the truth that you're telling with simple video and live streaming. But, as journalists, we always try to challenge and stretch out there. So I have to ask, is there anything over the course of the weeks and months that you say, I wish I would have done that differently, or any regrets at all?
No.
Yeah.
No, it's all been a learning experience.
Yeah.
I can't. It's only been 125 days.
Yeah.
So I was very hard on myself in the beginning. I didn't really give my time room to grow, and it caused a lot of mental, unnecessary stress that I was creating. Where instead of just seeing, okay, if I lean on because you can lean on your viewers too, because they're watching live with you. You can comment back to your viewers, and so I can lean on my viewership, the people that support and I don't need to, worry about regrets, because we keep moving forward. We keep trying to improve the best we can.
Are you shocked at the explosion in interest and the fandom that has come upon you, and really the celebrity in essence? I know your YouTube has pretty much exploded now.
Yeah, it's gone up there. Again, it's not. I'm more excited for the fact that people get to see the truth of the matter now, and I can share a live streamer from another city, and then now a bunch of people can start seeing what's happening in that city, and that's always been the beauty of it. Like, it wasn't ever about a follower count. The only thing we care about the follower count is because that means more people are tuning into the live streams. It's not about me, and whatever that means. I would hand it over to anybody if they were able to be safe and not be knowledgeable in how to report one would call conflict footage at times.
Yes, sir.
I care more about people tuning into live streaming news than my own personal gains out of it.
Does Andrew Mercado have Kevlar and helmets when he heads out there always? And what's next for Andrew Mercado?
Yeah, so I do have body armor. I wear plates. For a helmet, I don't have a Kevlar helmet yet, but I'll be looking into it. They're pretty expensive. But right now, it's just a bike helmet that I made that I put press on the side so it's identifiable. And that's about it. And what's next is just to keep growing, keep growing the platforms, keep getting places. We have a presidential election coming up, so we'll try to get to some of these events. We can talk about the debate tomorrow. It's just, we have a lot. We can go from here.
There's a lot on your plate, man.
Yeah. There's a lot we can do here.
Andrew Mercado Media. It's exploding all over the place. You never know. Before long, Saul and CJTV will burst out too. I just got to feel it. Hey, man, it's been a pleasure talking with you. We really appreciate what you're doing. We've got so much more we could go on with. I'll let you go tonight. We'll talk censorship later. We'll talk about, you just keep stretching out, man, and you just stretch and just get ready. You're going to have to beef up for some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I've lost a lot of weight. I need to gain it back.
Andrew Mercado Media. Thank you very much, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, now.
Take care.